all-day course next to Clear Lake in Kelseyville, like up north of Sacramento. And it's very beautiful, very nice 12 days. But there's a catch. The rule is that there's only one rule. The rule is that you cannot talk. You cannot say any word for 12 days. Not to anybody, not to a roommate that you share a room with. You cannot, stay together with your spouses anyway, so you'll be different quantities, men versus women. But you cannot talk to any servers, cook, instructor, nobody. No single word. And you cannot even talk to yourself out loud. You can talk in your head. There's nothing they can do about it. But that's a rule. We're like, hey, we're here, right, at Toastmaster trying to learn how to speak. I was like, how hard would it be not to speak? I mean, hey, that's the easiest thing. I can easily do it. So we signed up. So we took 2 week vacation from work and Christmas and New Year. We were very dedicated. We went in there. So the rule is like, instructor will be giving you instructions at the beginning of the course. And if you have any question throughout the course for 12 days, you can set up like a one-to-one section. So you can ask, the questions to your instructor directly. But you don't speak otherwise. No word, nothing. And also no communication, no eye contact with your, followers, friends, whatever. You keep everything to yourself. No sign, language, anything. It's like, there will be a bunch of people there, 13 acres, all the, oak trees and red trees, very nice. But you have to act as if you were in isolation. That's the rule. So we did that. We're in separate quarters. I had a roommate, but no talking, no communication. So first few hours, it was okay. And after a while, I started going nuts in my head. What do you do like at home, right? How many times, how many days have you been in your life when you didn't say a word for a whole day? Like, forget about 12 days. Never. No. I mean, if there was nobody at home, I talked to my cats and dogs. Everybody does that. And to your parrots and birds. So, I was going crazy in my head. I started thinking about things that happened 20 years ago, 10 years ago, things that are not happening in future, like work-related, school-related, all different things, going crazy. I was like, oh my goodness, trying to meditate. So I started with the process, mainly breathing in and out on your nose here, right here. This is your focal point. So you sit for hours, or you can walk around in the woods, next to the lake, but mainly focus on your breathing. That's the first step. And after that, you try to observe your body and how your body reacts. So the main focus is being in the present, being mindful. So that's living in the moment, being mindful. You're training your mind and body for that. And it was so hard. I was like going crazy in my head. I was like, oh my goodness. Sometimes I felt like in the meditation room, so quiet, I felt like I was going to, scream in there for no reason. It's like, oh my God, I'm going crazy. As if there was somebody else in my head. I couldn't take it anymore. So about on 4th day, I scheduled a one-to-one section with the instructor, asking her like, hey, I really need guidance. So in that room, I asked her, I have 2 questions mainly for her. One is like, please tell me, how do I control my mind? The more I try to control it, the harder it gets. Like, it's trying to walk around, run around, nothing, like not sitting still. I might be sitting still here, but I was going crazy. That's one question. Another question I had was like, why can't I talk to anybody? How does it, help me in meditation? I'm trying to be mindful. My topic is how I find my happiness by not talking. So that's my topic. But and then meditation retreat I did. And so 2 questions like, why do you have that rule? I need to understand that so that I can, So she gave me the answers. Very good. So the first thing is that she was telling me I can control my mind, mainly because I was trying so hard on it. So our mind is like a wild horse. We don't try to force it. It will try to go everywhere except where you want it to be. Instead, let it go. If it wants to go back to the past or the future, whatever, let it go with it. And then observe that it's there. It's trying to see it. What happened in the past, what's going to happen in the future. Just see it as if you're the observer of your mind. Don't go with it. Don't become one item. You're observing your mind. So that when you think about your future, you won't be worrying about it because you're an observer. You're observing it as a third party. And then when your mind is thinking about or visiting the past, maybe goods or bads or whatever, your mind is still, you're observing it. So it's like, maybe something really bad, it doesn't really bring real sorrow back to you because you're observing it has already happened. Now I can see it back and accept that it happened. Things that's going to happen in the future, now I have my moment to make it happen or not make it happen. So it helped, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense. And then she was telling me, and then after that, when the observation is done, bring it back like now better horse with you where you want to go. So it's like your mind and you will be like you're the rider on the horse. Your mind is the horse, but you are not this horse. You are not the horse. You are observing it. You're the observer. I was like, I like that analogy a lot. So second question she answered is like, why don't they let us talk? It's mainly because it's like putting your toddlers to sleep, right? Like you have all the lights and all the parties going on, and tell the toddler all of a sudden he or she was playing, and the time to go to sleep right now. You can't do that. No toddler will sleep. No kid will sleep like that on a demand. What do you have to do? You have to dim the light, give them a bubble bath with like lavender smell, whatever bubbles, and then change the diapers, give them milk, read them nighttime stories, and then turn off the light, give them hugs and kisses, and then night, and then they'll go to sleep. So you have to create the environment, at least at the beginning, so that your mind gets used to it and say, okay, now you get it's like a habit. Every habit starts from one step, like you doing it for the first time. So environment, having that will help you so that you can focus on your mind instead of focus on everything else. After that, it helped me so much. And day 5, 6, and last 2 days were the best. I was able to live in the moment, not the whole time, but most of the times. I was able to hear the birds, hear the water in the lake, and then actually, all the sun and everything, the weather, and I was able to absorb it and live in the moment. Very peaceful. I didn't want to come back. It was like very nice, and the food, vegetarian food, is super nice. And then we came out after 12 days. We're like, what I see was that the effect I was going to say. We can meditate every day, just live like in isolation. But it really helped me in my personal life and also at work. My, coworkers were telling me that, hey, it's like I could see a change in you because you became more patient, more understanding, more listening to others, and also being nicer to your spouse, to your parents, in-laws, and so on. More understanding because the main thing is you don't try to react to the situation. Might be good, might be bad. You get angry, you get pissed off, whatever. You try to be able to control your mind better. At the same time, live in the moment. So in conclusion, I think that happiness, the root is living in the moment and mainly being the observer of your own mind. So thank you.